This is a deal is good news, I believe you'll see, for the American people. The agreement prevents the worst possible crisis, a default.
Tonight, a long-awaited deal to lift the nation's debt ceiling reached. But the race to avert a potentially disastrous default is in many ways just beginning.
We know at any time when you sit and negotiate within two parties that you got to work with both sides of the aisle.
President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy finalized the deal on a phone call this evening, locking in a budget and debt limit increase until after the 2024 election. But the agreement is a hard sell for some far-right Republicans and progressives.
It is bad policy. I told the president that directly when he called me last week on Wednesday, that this is saying to poor people and people who are in need that we don't trust them.
If this is another round of sequestration, not only will I vote no, I will not be intimidated by June 5th.
June 5th, now the earliest estimated date the U.S. will no longer be able to pay its bills.
It doesn't get everything everybody wanted.
The deal calls for spending on most items next year to remain roughly the same, with the exception of defense spending and veterans programs. Temporary changes to increase work requirements for people on food stamps, which Democrats fiercely oppose. But there are no changes to Medicaid, a priority for the president. A compromise also reached to make it easier for companies to receive permits for energy projects.
The negotiations were intense. They were quite challenging. The outcome of that is a fundamental shift in the spending trajectory in Washington.
The deal will have to pass in both the House and Senate before the president can sign it into law. McCarthy vowing lawmakers will have 3 days to read the 150-page document before holding a vote.
It could take as long as a week if Republicans use all of the procedural tactics at their disposal. That, of course, would result in a default on American debt. Yeah, something that we would never recover from.
White House and Republican officials now working the phones, trying to shore up as much support as possible from the middle of their parties before the House votes on the deal as early as Wednesday. Both sides confident they can pull this across the finish line in time.
We did a conference call with our conference, and over 95% were overwhelmingly excited about what they see.
Yes. Allie joins us now from the White House. Allie, to get this through Congress, though, a lot has to happen quickly, right?
That's right, Kate. This agreement is just the first step of many. The actual text of this bill will be released to members of Congress before the public has a chance to read it. House members return to Washington on Tuesday and could hold a vote on this as soon as Wednesday. If it passes in the House, it then heads to the Senate for a vote before the president can sign it into law. And all of this has to happen within the next 8 days. Kate.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.